Bonjour, 大家好, welcome to my channel. I am Mehdi, and today's topic is going to be the 5 things I loved the most when I first came to Taiwan. I first came to Taiwan without knowing anything about the country, its culture, or even its people. And the first thing I loved the most when I first arrived in Taiwan was you guys. Yep, you, the people of Taiwan. You guys are just so nice and kind, especially to foreigners. Hey, I won't complain, huh? I come from Paris, and people in Paris are not the most renowned for their kindness. Some people are really nice, of course, but most people don't really have time for you. Speaking of Parisians, let's see how it is to live in Paris. Let's go. The first thing I noticed about people in Taipei is that they live on a different rhythm compared to people in Paris. In Paris, people don't have time, they have even less time for you, and their time is worth more than your time. If you go to the Parisian metro, people walk really fast. They walk fast to enter the metro, to leave the metro, and also on the corridors. It's fast every time of the day. So let me tell you about something that happened to me in Paris while I was buying groceries. Well, I was just waiting at the cashier with my wife, and we were in a line queuing. Nothing special, when suddenly another cashier just opened. I swear, guys, I never saw a grandma run that fast. She even made a little jump, a victory jump, when she arrived in front of us. Yeah, because this grandma was actually right behind us in the queue. She was so proud and happy of herself when she arrived before us at the new cashier. That was insane. I'll never forget the face of the cashier that witnessed all the scene. So yeah, even old people don't have time in Paris. No, of course, not everyone is on a tight schedule in Paris. Some people are really nice and kind. But here we're talking about the general sense of I don't have time for you that you can feel from Parisian people. But in general, in Paris, compared to the rest of France, yeah, people tend to be a bit more cold. Whereas in Taipei, wow, that was such a shock for me. In Taiwan, as a foreigner, I just have to stand looking at my phone for like 30 seconds and someone will come to ask me if I'm lost. That's so funny. If there's a foreigner looking, try, you will see. And it literally happened to me on the first week after I came to Taiwan. I was completely lost, but I was searching for a Waffle House. So I was there trying to look at the screenshot of Google Maps I took from my computer when I had internet. And suddenly, an old lady came, grabbed me by the arm and asked me if I'm lost. Because mind you, in Paris, if someone comes close enough to touch you, well, most likely they want your money, they want your phone, or they already took whatever they wanted from you. So I was really worried and cautious about the old lady, but I quickly realized that she just wanted to help me. And so I told her that I was searching for a Waffle House and she just led me to the Waffle House. It was just like, wow, so weird, but so happy. For me at the time, my first week in Taiwan, that was such an awkward experience. But I quickly came to realize that it's kind of the standard here. People are just so sweet and nice, so helpful. Thank you guys. The second thing that I loved the most when I first arrived in Taiwan was the metro system. Yes, guys, the metro. Pretty sure this one makes you raise an eyebrow. Where is this guy coming from? The metro system? Really? You love our metro system? Yep, I love the Taipei metro. Your metro is so clean and it's so big. And has AC. You have no idea how comfortable it is to have AC in the metro. For you guys to understand, I think I need to tell you about the Parisian metro. The thing about the metro in Paris is that it's getting really old. And it's not that well clean and maintained. The last thing you want to do is to simply put your bag on the ground. It is just so dirty. Most of the time, the ground should be bluish. Nope, it's black because there's so much filth and dirt on the ground. It's really rarely cleaned. And using tissue cover for seats, best idea ever. So they can retain all the smells, all the dirt, beautiful. In comparison, the one in Taipei is just so clean and nice to take. It's amazing. I still can't believe that you guys choose to have white ground for the Taipei metro and it's still remaining white. It's amazing. In France, a week it's black. Give up, don't even try. So yeah, the metro in Paris is not that great or clean. It's getting really old. And the last thing you want to do is drop your bag on the ground because the ground is super dirty. It's closer to black than the original blue. Of course, there's no AC. I understand that, yeah, in France, it's never as warm as in Taipei. Taipei's climate is something else. And when it's 35 degrees and everyone is packed like sardines in the metro, let me tell you, it's a wild ride. And as you can imagine, the smell, 35 degrees, no AC. You guys are so lucky overall. There's AC, there's not a smell in the metro, it's clean, it's bigger, and of course, it's on time. It's on time and extremely reliable. While in Paris, there's so many times technical difficulties. Sometimes they just stop at a random metro station and tell you that like this train will go no further. It shall not pass. And that's it, you just have to go out, have fun. And the last reason why I love so much the Taiwanese metro is the fact that it's super safe. I never really have to worry about my stuff or myself in the Taiwanese metro. That's so great. Whereas in Paris, there's so many thieves in the metro that they have to broadcast messages warning you about them. That's just crazy to me. Whereas in Taipei, it's such peacefulness. I don't even have to worry about my bag. Third, 7-Eleven. Yep, and I mean it, 7-Eleven. You guys have just no idea how much convenience things like Family Mart and 7-Eleven bring to Taiwan. And the best thing about 7-Eleven is that they're just like scooters. There's always one near you, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, like all the time. All the time. That was such a foreign concept to me as a French guy. Having something open constantly is just insane. It's like, how can it be so convenient? No. If you want to eat something after 9 or 10 p.m. in France, just eat your arm because there's nothing else open. In France, most of the general retail stores close at 7 p.m. Some of them as late as 9 to 10 p.m. and that's all. After that, nightclubs, bars, and goodbye. Nothing else. If you want convenience, don't go to France, just give up. Nuh-uh, there's no convenience in France. If a shop is open on Sunday, it's already a miracle. Guys, I have to be fully honest with you. We have one kind of store that are open during the night, where you can buy either drinks or small stuff. And I know that the French people watching the video know the kind of store I'm talking about. Yes, chez l'Arabe. In this store, a can of Coke is the price of a full pack during the day. That's just insane. But yeah, guys, you don't have a choice. So you pay or you stay hungry. That's it. And these stores are usually really creepy. The owner, well, he doesn't want you there, and neither does his big dog next to him. One thing I love the most about being in Taiwan is the fact that no matter the time, if I'm a bit hungry or I want to drink something, I can always go to the 7-Eleven. Plus, there's so much convenience in it. I don't just go there to buy drinks, but I can pay my bills, I can order tickets, I can print things, do copies. That's just amazing how many things an employee from 7-Eleven can do. Guys, you have my respect. That's crazy. Okay, and the fourth thing that I find amazing about Taiwan and I fell in love instantly with is the fact that you can see so many things, access so many sceneries in a matter of hours. In Taiwan, you can drive about anywhere in a matter of hours. That's just so convenient. Because guys, remember that in France, for example, I was living in Lille for some time, which is in the north of France. If I wanted to go to the south of France to enjoy the nice beaches in Marseille, Montpellier or Cannes, well, that was 10 to 12 hours of driving. Yes, oftentimes it takes you up to 2 days of driving. That takes forever. You cannot really go on a weekend to Cannes if you live in the north of France. That's just not possible. However, in Taiwan, I leave on Friday, arrive in Kenting, enjoy my weekend, leave Sunday evening, beautiful. Oh, and meanwhile, I can hear the American drivers laughing at me. 10 hours driving, that's nothing. It's barely what it takes to go buy groceries for you guys, right? Safety is the fifth thing I love the most about Taiwan when I first arrived, and I'm still loving it. In Taiwan, I just feel so safe. It's crazy, but also a bit scary. Let me tell you why. I remember the first day I arrived in Taiwan. I quickly met with a student that was supposed to guide me around. So we went to eat something at the NTU campus. There were so many small stands at the food court that was amazing, and it was also crowded with people. I quickly saw my friend putting her bag on the table and leaving to order food. And I was like, hey, your bag. How about you take your bag? Hey, don't forget your bag. She just gave me a confused look and kept going. And I was like, oh my God, she's so careless. Wow, that's insane. So I took my bag on my shoulders and followed her. I was so confused by how nonchalant she was at leaving her bag on the table and just going to stroll around in the food court. She didn't even blink or look back at her bag. She was just peacefully looking at the food stands. And I was just in shock, honestly. Of course, yes, I learned through time that it's just normal behavior in Taiwan. You guys all do this, and I also do it too. I still have a little bit of sweat on the back of my neck when I do it, but I can do it from time to time. It just feels overall so safe in Taiwan. I cannot believe how many of the shops in the streets, in the metro stations, are left completely unattended. In France, there's even security guys in front of grocery stores that check your bag before and after. What in Taiwan, they just put things on display, close the door, and nothing happens. In France, and it disappears. Disparouche! Magic! What a luck you guys have to live in such a peaceful society. And for me, that's one of the best parts about Taiwan. and also one of the reasons why I came back to live in Taiwan. This will be, of course, the topic of a future video. No, of course, not every part of France is like that, right? I'm kind of over-exaggerating in order to make you understand what can happen and also for your safety. And I have to admit that it also happened to me. I stayed 1 year in Taiwan and I got, let's say, softer. On the first week that I came back to France, I went to the market with my wife. So not 5 minutes after we started walking in the market, crowded with people, I felt a hand going inside the pocket of my hoodie, going for my wallet. And that's honestly my fault because I went out of the bakery and put back my wallet inside the pocket of my hoodie in a really obvious way, so for everyone to see. Anyone watching for customers to go out could see that my wallet was inside my hoodie. And so someone came and put their hand inside my hoodie. That's it, that's how it is. So guys, be really careful when you go abroad and especially to France. So to finish with this point, enjoy the local safety. It's just amazing. But when you go abroad, please be more careful. To the one that stayed until the end, thank you so much again. If you want to like and subscribe, it's somewhere around, most likely downstairs. Thank you so much for that. If you want to leave a comment, don't hesitate. I will be more than happy to answer and chat with you. And see you for next video. This is what happens when you look away from your bag. You just turn. Disparouche. Magic. There's no more bag. Magic.